Day one, no script. This is the long day because my day started out in the central U.S. time zone and ended up in the central European time zone. So there was a compressed night in there of about 4 hours of darkness, and that was entirely on an airplane. I can't sleep on airplanes. For a person like me, they always talk about leg room on an airplane, but it's not the length, it's the width that's the issue. So you're sitting in the airplane and like you get a little bit of turbulence and it's like, and then you're like trying to go to sleep, so you're like tucked in really tight so you don't bother the people around you. And then I'm trying to like do this number or maybe this number or that number, and it just doesn't work. So remember me talking about like the fear of the flight, being bored on the flight as like the thing that would be the worst part of the journey? It was the worst part of the journey. I got up about a third of the way through my book and realized that if I read another word of this book, I would scream. It wasn't a bad book. It was just the fact that it was really the only thing to do. There was a baby 2 rows back. It screamed the entire flight. This led my wife to create
Kristen's rules for traveling with infants. Rule 1. Don't travel with infants. In the event that you must travel with an infant. Rule 2. Please consider Rule 1.
But I got to play around a little bit with the in-flight entertainment system, and for airline food, it actually wasn't that bad. But then we landed in Amsterdam, went through passport control, had about a 3-hour layover there. It was all right. So we flew from Amsterdam to Budapest. And you ever see those Japanese train station movies where like there are these people in white gloves shoving everyone into the train? That was a bit like that flight from Amsterdam to Budapest. So we get off this flight and we take a shuttle to the hotel, which is a really nice hotel in downtown Budapest. And so we do the things that we're getting ready. So first thing is check the power. Second thing is take a shower. Third thing is go to bed because I've not slept in like 24 hours. The downside to our little power nap was that by the time we woke up, it was like getting close to dark. So my wife and I decided that we're going to go out and get some dinner and walk around downtown Budapest for a little while. So we went walking around the streets. The cool thing about European cities is that the streets are never laid out in this perfect east-west grid. They just kind of go all over the place. So we're walking down these streets and these little alleyways, and we come across this dog park where all the locals were walking their dogs. It was absolutely gorgeous. And then right at the corner of that was this real Hungarian restaurant with this duo playing guitar and fiddle and Hungarian music, and these potatoes that were just absolutely fantastic. So we really lucked out on that one. I had this moment of panic. I went to the ATM to get currency. You see, they don't use the euro here in Hungary. They use the forint. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Anyways, not the euro. So I thought, well, I need a little bit of cash, to walk around with. So I thought I'll go to the ATM and get $100 worth of this currency just to have in my pocket to pay for dinner and incidentals, and if my wife wants something, just a little bit of walking around money. And so I went to the ATM and I withdrew money. And as I'm walking away from the ATM, I think to myself, did I withdraw $100 or $1,000? But thankfully, it was the correct amount. So I did it correctly, but then I panicked about it because, apparently I can't count. So now I'm going to try and get a little bit more sleep, and tomorrow we board a boat.
I pretty much don't claim the John Bouncing thing until I've heard somebody say it multiple times. So I can, completely imitate the accents and everything else.
I lost my Euro virginity to a croissant. Oh, it was an awesome croissant.